cultural trip people benia no aka be ba hye kopie ni common le cha ni wo me ni wo yo if you make a baby work what time tune in to moboni na kai ko to wie she fe ehi no ning ka ba cha seji shida eja ke ni wo chenye wala ke ni bia jaje ojuba shimo enye konye mama ye konya atade ni nyabani na wo ni neke wonchuni ewo madanye shieku akenye ba. My guests from the States, I'd like to formally welcome you to Ghana. It's a pleasure to see you here. I hope so far you've enjoyed what you've seen of the motherland, but I'm sure there will be many more experiences to explore. Ghana is a beautiful country. We are a beautiful people, very hospitable people, and with time you'll come to discover what a unique place this is. So welcome once again. Ni wanyanana amponsan wie masumo madomo na kan wie mo no eya ke manyeme besa ke atao ni mancheme ahe afefo na ba ke popons ko mama no batanko shikeba noni se na moye ache ihio yo lokumi baby ke ononi ni oya ko ya dise abaya tena ingbe wa yen shey shibe kuma kenya yuya kengbe ya pipu efio ma ke nyingole no na efio eja ke nsuma ke gbe ya be kuma nkwe hi ihio yo ake ke ononi esanoya dise inno ni bi baba o ni manyame ni yoshipon neno Greater Accra na nchu ya akuche ame boni ame momo ni bi na me fio shito mo boni na yue ke fia nu no ni hionyoji nyene ke what the original house lele what they ni bi mo hinson batashi India gengwe yeyo ihio yo akebe eshe ni manyeme esana fi how achono ko advocacy no eje gidigidi aba fi how aba wo ko jan na ba nwawolu na ke wolu aba ya na ba ke komo agbene ehi eja ke jile mi hina she abe boyo jibodon wo fe ahani wole ake no ni numba fe yo banye fe ta flache fio ni yo ye ninyo ta flache shi eten la hoye nyon fe nyon ni ekegbomo adesan wo emusumin nyojin nehu ni ekpleke ole ni ebachomo kwe onyo kake akele passage eshebe ni esani woko wa mama ni wobu waka me ake aba ha wogbena ile ake ni yo hien chiamele super omo nyaka ekabalaka aba ha wogbena dani woba akọ waya bigbena regional house esa ake yo tajeme eja ake ka hinya fe ni yo wonga awotu emi eye emu ke aya monokwe sani yo tamine bake incheme ale no heninye ya makpafai no ninya fe ne kole eja ke hio yo ake ye wo ye decision making e mi nkwe no ni wona ye wo papaya no eba na numo ni ebo ehahin kaka lo amumo ni kaka ehe no ya no chiyo ni jonia e wo be mi ni no momba wo ye no ba keda esani wota jemeje na kan papa fai ke wo gbena wo ba tashi guess any strategy I call Wabako Kojan one fee. Agbene demand that there must be women representatives in the regional house and the national house. Amen Sumonju, Ame Sumonju 1 year. Eja kenile lawyer what think. Nile lawyer what think. Ye nile ame na ni Jemo ye what think. Kakalon ye what think. Mankwa ke ya asantua. Wompe kwa woke dode akan bi. E wo mi ne won dode akan bi nye eba ye manche ye manen. Na ke ngene ye akwasashi. Ani yesupo de yo fole yo mancheme de ye fo ame de ye chose ame o mi ne wonye kenye mami me kenye nyemi me ba kwasashi ake kusum na be hie feni ba ya dade de kusum ne don efi o ma ke amenwo tajole nakan a shishi wo e wo makpafai nya fianya hawo na agbene no chumo wachu Inso manu ake well be na ba ha wo da bi na kan yomo be ho. Inso manu ake ekole osumo with all respect nana osumo wo camera but show the say na ha menu mo ha weko e wo camera be wo mo ba rob onu shishi eja ake no na me ba nya ofe wo ba fe ta flache no ko me penny wo nya wo fe mi male betene ye wo call steps you wa check your light bulb titu o ba che no o fa ne ba feel ha wono akpokpa me wo se ni wo tell your chinsi ni no ya ne o tele chinsi o pegbe ken yo se ne keda ne ke ba chon manche e wo he wale na me yo wo ya nakan ne wo makpa fa nyeme wo ka pasa shidon nya ni chumo ne agbene ke wo jeje won ya government no eja ke otashi no ke mi ne wo manyeme a resource ya me akwa manyeme ni nyo ameya na ametuni ni I utilize ame ojoba shin mononye ni boy yojibe ka ongono pepe efe emoshi echon custom o makpafai how ele wofi e wofi wo die ba na ona ake asma manye chuchuko ka ke manye ni eba be moko ni domoshoju bana mbaka sake manye yele no ko ni efo je many apa pons wo fe wo he fo mo ga dangwe ye wo he fo ni wo che ni je he fo pet ni wo petroni wo nye ke ta flache wo hiye ke ale no me trakwa jana me ya fe photo mo wo ameka waka fe decoration oni shishi ni wakati ewo madashie ko wonye mi me ni chu ne ken ki mama ke woche na me mo ne ken chu mo na mi na chu gadangwe homecoming team fe nyon lebi shane atashia hu 3 a.m. na tashina fe meeting wo nyemi ekwa bi ete man ke shi Mr. Obedeka wo vice president sister Evelyn jeme ki mama ni ka chene be manke atashi pras Mr. Seth Loko lene yo my family around ni ka che manke atashi ni ayaba eja ke time zone say different e won ke shida ba ha me no ni nye na ngmene ne nuchumo ne botemi eje hwemo ni teamwork ni afote ye bie manchabi ni afote ye bie ame ni chumo na chu ye dani wo batabie ni chumo je ni wo gobo ni wo ya ne masumo ni nye ya faithful nye ba chu akusum nye ba na ke ni chumo boteniem e wo nye pia wo nye kenye solema pia wo nye kenye susuma pia wo agbene nye ba domo awose ni gadangbe homecoming ni chumo ne ni wo ke wo ba twen wo twa gan wo mashi ni wo ba ne wo ba le follow ni agbala when you make about no going out gloving, it jam a pair of bank, I'm a pen, I'm a yam, neighbor. No back a camera. She no going walk over fair education fund. Well, like or be a bluff maker or banashram or garment tree, need school. Call take you garden say you kill banana first passport na issue na ya school game. She better ne oh here. Will be a Comelania Menames, walk over our education fund. But I say 1 hour more, can make 10 po. Now, me want about what 10, about what 10 a ben noyano. It's on to say, come on, over Tane, one fanny, over high, will pay. Walk over over Trashia Wulu, or much Gadangbe, she won't then. Shia Wulu, or Badna, whatever grounds. Wabana whatever grounds. Wabana wa conference center. Wabana wa meeting rooms. Wabana wa media house. Wabana wa printing press. Dangme ke kanwe wojine laje wamba wa print fan. Agbene wabagbele library wo wo. Bona feni wobi ke ana wolu na he aloshikabe ambanya mama na meke kase dangme keka. Eja ke sani ke dangwe nyojibo dangwe biela me bo mode anu kwala me nuoga da me ni wo bo mode sani wo kase gan e wo fe wo ba kase dangwe no ba kase gan eja ke wo ke ga dangwe be sani wo chu egene be wo jie wo ka ba wo jemani wo ke kase e chono se we your guest houses ni wo ka ba na no kufio bona fe ke aba rent ni wo na no ko e be wo kan wo ni chumo mi no Wobi e bana no chumo eni ne ni kasemo eni ne echono se woke ni sa wo twese akeke abane isani afe konike eba wonyeme me Christians amba solie ame chapel fio wakaba wo wonyeme me Muslim biye ame bana mosque fio wakaba wo agbene kusum na owulo mehu bana hekoni ameta ke eba kusum fe ewo no he wotitri wo ba ke work bena wo Friday ne kimama Friday mi male oba fe wo fundraising ni work about piano chumone wo nyeba kwa wose ni no chumone what tra within between 3 to 5 years one ton wo resource center amashi ni wo nyeme manager man say wo nyeme Americans ne na ka we ba shira ameba wo ni chuma me gbe me ni trashie ame wiemo ya shon ni ale no kem eko ni wole ni wo ba agla shikaya me ba wa ni peke ni chumo na aya no e wo be madanye shi eko ni matwa ko mania. So this is, as you rightly said, this is all about women empowerment. So we had some of our prominent community leaders come and dignitaries come and speak to us about women's rights. We spoke about human trafficking, we spoke about HIV and AIDS, we spoke about teenage pregnancy, and also other issues that we would be discussing with the women going forward. In a nutshell, this is to empower our young ladies especially. The reason why you saw the Queen Mothers here was because they're in charge of the females in the community, and they will in turn go and teach what they've heard here. They'll take it to their communities and teach the communities. And we felt it was important to create a space for women specifically so that we begin to change the narrative, the female and the girl child narrative. In our culture, most of the time, as you heard the Queen Mother say, women are considered people that should be in the background in a lot of cases. And we want to say to young girls that you will be able to go beyond the level that society has put you despite your circumstances. So resources are not just monetary. So you have the human capital resources. So you can see from the team, that's our human capital resource. You being here is a human capital resource. So every single person here is that. Then we have mental resources. We have skills resources. In the Gadangme state, we have the sea. That is a resource. We have the Songo Lagoon. We have the bead-making community in the Dangme region. We have heritage sites all over. These are our resources. Now, the sea in itself, in some countries, the sea yields a lot of income for the community. And we want to utilize that, the power of the sea especially. Create opportunities within that structure, be it fishing, elevate the fishing community, teach on how we can monetize our fishing industry beyond what we see the local. Secondly, how can we create a harbor here in Accra beyond Tema to add to the work of Tema? What can we do in terms of salt winning, etc., to become commercially viable and provide employment opportunities for the community? To the girl child listening to me right now, I'm someone who doesn't believe in I can't do it. I believe that you have to try. No matter what you set yourself to do, try and achieve it. Do not allow society to limit you to what you cannot do. Go beyond and discover what you're capable of and do it. Use your talent and your skills. It doesn't have to be just academic qualifications. You have skills and talents that God have given you. I believe that each of us has 10 talents. So find what those 10 talents are. And whatever little you're given, please utilize it and expand it. Secondly, we have access to social media these days. Now, social media can be used for good and also for bad. Whereas you're using social media, learn from it the good things and do away with the negative things, because now we're realizing the influence of social media on the youth. There are some negative things we're seeing in terms of character, in terms of the way the youth dress, in terms of the kind of drugs and so on and so forth that they are being attracted to. And that is the bad side of social media. Learn by all means, but learn positive things and use social media to develop yourself rather than limit yourself. And do not allow anyone, finally, do not allow anyone to convince you that your culture is something to be looked down on. Because on social media you see Americanization, Westernization, not just Americanization, Westernization, and you think that is attractive and therefore your culture must be diminished. Your food is healthy, your culture is beautiful. Some people want to own the culture you have, and that's what makes you unique. God does not make mistakes. He made you and your culture for a reason, so respect it.
From research, Africa has the highest rate of pregnancy, teenage pregnancy. Of course, because we are not poor. Chanfe we poor few. Wo you know. Ona, e wake wo chake in the paradigm they shift few will be able to help our children. The result of this teenage pregnancy, the girls who fall pregnant earlier, a hinder an education. Some of them, when they come home and they deliver, they can't go back because of stigma. Because of stigma and because of policies which are not clear, and because of all sorts of other hazards. And then the older men, they take advantage of them. Because when I'm talking about these things, I like to tell some stories of what these old men do, especially, and I like to tell this one, sometimes our male traditional rulers. When I was in Sierra Leone, I was working on gender-based violence issues. There was a case of a 13-year-old girl who has been defiled. Case her magistrate. So every time I look at the docket, it has been adjourned so many times. So I called the magistrate. I said, if you don't finish this case, I'm going to make a report on you to the Chief Justice. So he said, my lady, I have a problem. What is the problem? He's living up north in Kelevia phone. Come down. So he came to Freetown. What is the problem? The last time the file came to him, the parents came and said the chief has married the girl. The girl is 13. First of all, it is 13 years is defilement, no defense. Secondly, 13 years is against the law to marry, because in Sierra Leone the earliest you can marry is 16, even that is too old. I asked the magistrate, so when they come to you and they said that the chief has married the girl and so you have closed the file, does it make sense to you? So I was angry with them. So I reported to a committee we have on child justice, and that committee is headed by the vice president. Immediately they called the chief. When they called the chief, the girl has even fallen pregnant. Anyway, the long and short is, the chief was fired as a chief. He was tried and he was in prison. He's still in prison as we talk now. So we made an example of him. And I think this is what we need to do. We know what is wrong. We see what is wrong. We hear what is wrong. And then we say, oh, forgive him because he's a chief. Because the chief should know better. So I'm calling upon you, especially you queen mothers and queens who go into the society. When you see our traditional leaders, whether they are chiefs or so misbehaving, make sure they are made known. If we make an example of one or two of them, I don't say we will solve the problem, but it will be better for us. Again, as I've said, in terms of our constitution, education is for all. And girls have a right, all girls have a right to education. But the problem is, because of impunity, because of poverty, because of this, they cannot have that right. Because as I say, they go to school and then they drop out. Because sometimes the teachers even feel like, oh, this girl education is a privilege. Education is not a privilege. It's a right. We need to have our governments and our institutions and our traditional rulers to have strategies and policies to protect and assist these young girls who find themselves in this unfortunate situation. We must protect them, assist them, avoid stigma. To avoid stigma, we need all of you to give education. That once a girl has fallen pregnant, that doesn't mean she's immoral. Sometimes, because a lot of the time is not by their will, that doesn't mean she is immoral. And you know, when HIV started, a lot of the men were going around rampantly impregnating these young girls. So, why? Because at that time I was in Botswana. They told them that taflache, if you sleep with a virgin, you'll be cured of HIV. Yes, that was the belief in Botswana. She knows, Manya knows, that was the belief. So suddenly we find that all these young girls are out of school, they are pregnant, and they are HIV positive because the men are curing themselves. They think they are curing themselves. Sometimes it's some of these beliefs. What does it need? Education. Again, some of our African countries, we pay lip service to some of these problems. In Africa, about 26 African countries have adopted the policy of continuation or re-entry to ensure pregnant girls can resume studies after birth, including countries like Gabon, Kenya, Malawi. Ghana is not included. Other people have developed policies to ensure that the girls get financial support, they get social support to be able to continue education, such as South Africa. Ghana is not included. Some provide special accommodation for young mothers at or near the schools, including to assist them, for example, to be breastfeeding and all that, including Senegal and Cape Verde. Ghana is not among. Some provide nurseries and opportunity to choose convenient shifts, like you can decide, I want to go in the afternoon, I want to, including countries like Gabon. Ghana is not among. A lot of the countries lag behind, and it is my firm belief that no girl should be left behind, no matter what. Inclusiveness should be the general policy. Unfortunately, Ghana has no clear policies or laws regarding inclusiveness specifically and continuation after falling pregnant and going to have your child. However, it is not all dark and gloomy in Ghana. Ghana has some initiatives, but some of these initiatives, they are in books. We don't know about them and we don't apply them. For example, the initiative for gender equality and development in Africa, IGED, is located in Ghana. Even me, I don't know what they do. I just know it's located in Ghana. I haven't seen any action. Maybe there's action. Maybe some of you see, but maybe where I am, I don't see. So I'm bringing you the information. Ghana has ratified relevant international conventions about these things. but a lot of them have not been domesticated into our laws so we can properly apply them. Why? I don't know. I don't have the answer. Again, Ghana has established the Girl Child Education Secretariat in the Ministry of Education. There I know they have come with a clear policy on the girl child education. And let us all pray that it will be implemented and it will work for the girl child. There's also a program on women in agriculture development, WIAD, in the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. Again, I bring the information for us to find out, is it actually working? And what can we do to make it work? There are also maternal and public health units of Ghana, of the Ghana Health Service, maternal and public health units, and a few others. What are they doing? And how are they helping our children, our daughters, our sisters who fall pregnant when they are reaching school? I propose some relevant remedies which I'm going to leave with you to discuss when you come to make your recommendations to, I'm sure you are going to make recommendations and resolutions to government. I propose that the Ghana government must come out with robust and clear policies on inclusiveness on the girl child education and ensure that the new girl child policy is fully implemented. We must get the community involved because this problem is an intersectorial problem. It involves everybody, not just one person or one department. It involves education, it involves health, it involves our traditional rulers, especially the mothers. It involves you. So we must all put our hands on the plow to make sure that the system is working, that the policies are made, and that our daughters and sisters are making use of them. There must be counseling units in all educational institutions, and the girls must be made to believe that falling pregnant in the middle of education is not the end of the world. If you fall down, you can rise again. You can fall down 10 times, 7 times, you must rise again. It's all a question of determination, and we are to help them to come to that. Because some have fallen, they have risen. I went to a program. One lady, she told us how she has fallen so many times. And it was, unfortunately in her case, it was a relative. And she's put it all in a book. So it's not something she's hiding. She's now right on top. So the fact that you have fallen doesn't mean you stay there. Because if you don't fall, you can't even rise, right? So you fall so that you can rise. Educational neglect is obi na eya school child privilege a right can okele baji omi isane okele na eya isane okele na eya Okay, this budget. Say it a flash on one day. Every year you are in school. No one on me who learning at you are. I know what you need at you are. Money get paid. Long way back here. No what you are. Chappy, do more than okay about you. In your head, Nicoya will let about you. Benine mo onoi duamio egenu. Jama bionu. Cities, statistics.
So on the 21st century, ke obi yes school no pay. Ne ma pay. Your SHS certificate or akekere no. SHS certificate. Ina kan be ko mi ma ba o. Oh manye bola ni tun ham. Oh MP bola ni tun ham. Jo ya school ya ta keke di PSS ni. Mi no ka ma su. Clean lo. Ne ene mama pay mo. No ba kan o ma mi o eko. No ma pape kan wa bi mo me education wa ko neglect our education. It is very important. Wa be ni wa ma pay ko to ni ko be ni wa ma han wa bi. Ne e ma sule pe wa ma ye eno ne ma ya su. Ke e ya su ku o go ne ne no wo go no jua no ka wo le school. Ne oke wele school ne nyene ya school ne penya buo ne ojua e ma ba he buo ke mahamu e ma nyene ma ye ne che ehemu ke onge enyi me chobi ne asemu e ma nyene ma wa onyoko no ke ma ye se o ma de o e mu e cha ni tuye ni he ye buo lo ko so no ma ya school mo che go go he anukwala kan ejimobo wa na dey kan place si ejimobo ni nenu ya especially wa be we yi omele o ko gbenya ko pino ko ni ma ba mo no ma hin singe e la test no ma hin ni go ha lo mo le ma ta wo ni mi ni mo me school mo no na ma ya na ma ba who says what a man can do a woman cannot do? Who says that? Wa ma pay better. Thank God for this. No one that one month. They are your tajwa. A man multiply stack a man. Lo nene o ide we ke wa bi meni mu me o. Me na wa nwi ade ka fun. Say yo, kenya we ni. Kenya we ni. O man na kan chake ni bi o. Mo ko kan o ma mi ya blo. Be no ka yo ju kon si. No ma mi ya blo kan. O tie ni. Ka wi o mi ni ke. O wana chake ngami on no baby no fi no esewu. That is why when you educate a girl, you educate the whole wide world. Not just a nation, the whole wide world. No ma panepe. Ye manebe. Kaye no koto. Ke ye man bi na ba kandange. Loko ti wa manye do wa wo kandange yo me ma masi. Ne ma wo ego papa ko ne ma ha. So wa kesuku pie na wa trust wa bi mu me jojo ni muju so wa trust me na suku blofa especially the girls I mean I be my here you be pay am me o na bi me ni na for no na bi yo hake no be the money ma ye be plan no na bi ni mo hake na yi for e be le ni ma play the ma ye be. Like it is very important how I be me yi o me o isale wa ngani eya enyone can no go can spiritual neglect sebi ka flache je no fia no ko ke estoleni alo ene eja no nge bi o no ke ba ji o mi oni o ke ba kan leni che keje ju once ke ata he ni manaka 18 years ni wa constitution ma de 18 le che ma yin ni ma decide ma yin yo mini chose mi okere obi o han ke sebi ka flash o soli oju alo o poor than siju alo o ya soli tu mi mini okere obi o han nya manaka most of the time wa bi mu me a spiritual aspect of what ni no fiano ko ke esuma ne baje ne bene o ma chose bi o jani man ni no ke ma ham ke o ke ya school ne o chose bi ene o pe mi ke o ye mi no o ma na ko ke na school ya se la o pe ni ne no ko pe ke esani ke ma wo ne eche o kami no adeke islamic ke le john no believe o mo esane enu sisu kepe teli ohun osane onu sisi ne kepe ya so le ni hu esane le kan chekonge ne bobi owe kesugban ne ingani no de no epiami kan ye he do mu ni ati yo ni ake opa wa go ni ami o mana nye ne madra e ya so le keke bi mo mele nye kuchi ma monyo ene mo wa keta no ya kaseni bi oni ma ni le mene ma chonle ne do ke e ni wo ya ba mene ma chonle ma pape manyeme eji gbin do isane wa ya fie no wa traditional areas of me wacha wa yi o me ye ni mi me yi kanu mu me kla ne ga yam no ne nge to guyo ke o chose obi o ni oje mumumi no keje mi eyemu enyone oye kan ohie bi oke esubemi ye bi oni che emanye ni maye te boye kese ya ko ma he no ko ba han mini maye ma bi o be han be ajwa obi kan 50 years 16 years no li he ne wo mo ni cha ko oli ta de ni ne jukun owo ke ya ma ngo ba ke ko ba e mo no ba ba ni mini tutu ke han ke ajwa ne wa justice na munyu ti e tu munyu ke teenage pregnancy ihe kan ke kan wa hane ma wo be yemi wa ka chose wa bi mu me teenage pregnancy e be ne ma justice kra si e ma balance ko aye ga ko e ma ka se kan bible ke se ke o na we ni amatun he ni o ko pe no ebenye ne ma eliminate jamanu se e ma minimize le wo ke ma hawo lo ma pape wonyo me woni wa yin wa bi mo me de ke ya he no ko ba hawo we are neglecting our children ne bi ke mo wa responsibility kan wa ye wa bi mo me woni wa ka me ba ji o ni ade wo ka ma ba kepo hienwe popo ewo madeke ihienwe sika loye bi ole le ni chema hie wode akoko fofu tani bato ke ole kan o manye no ma ye bi kan 3 alo 2 for 2 no ni le pe ahe ke o for bi 2 no nye no ye no ni le pe ahe na ba play ni le papa ko e amu ngase na me lupe no ma for bi 20 no be le no ya pay me na nye kekeke bi lo ma pape manye me e no le nye gbe yi o nye gbe ne wa ke han wa bi mo me alo wa nye o me titri aje kan me na ke bi mo me gere ma mi o ni wa justice le untu munyu ko ile kan ede wa we se ma fele nyanya fi ko ke han wa bi mo me ne kan school ya ni aya hin ho keke apa wa nge wa hepe anje kan ke tuko e ya hin ho keke mo nyu ni to fi e bi o ko ba bi o iko ya school ni wo mu ide we ko ya hin ho lo no ya hin ho o ho nyumu ya nyumu ni cho mi ni egetun ne manye ne maye obi o anu kwale kan tumo e agbotoe ne ya bi ho no jowe kan o neglect le mo le plan le ke ba o e ko ngani ne e aseni no e mama ni e ma kase no ko ke ma je lo ke kan okay ga wo bo ko pie ke ha next time ko pele kikun mo pe kikun ihe kan ebenye ne ma afọ anyo se be no ke yo mana kan jugo na 18 years enye bi menyo ne 18 years enye bi menyo ne manye ma ye le ni che ne ma ye bi mo melo yo gadange ji kanyimu Mapanyete, no, I be moving, walking by the age I be moving. Kate Willie, Capus College, Capus School, nature, no, my neighbor.
Inu bibi fio mi tu wonyo bo mi wo mo de e ya ke shi ke ni obi a mo ke ba o ka shi le shi
We must be citizens and not spectators. Director of Diaspora Affairs in your 2017 to 2019, the government FA National Homecoming. Second class citizen. Ninibi Babao ni wakase. Taflache nglefio wana eko okutokuya. Obesa ni wokuose. Ni waba washia biye huni ekole amenako na kaebe. Ewani wokwe. Okebe homecoming no wabachano. Ni woke Diaspora Affairs chaya. Ni woke woneke National Homecoming na kaino. You wo BNN wo bane be ni chumo no chamo wo ke otiko enwe wo hie kenklo tie G wo education fund ona feni be ke bi ni amenile ame na ni chumo ni le huni lo for chole talent shamena wa mo be wonye wo bua wo hina ni wo ha mena kai wa mo Tono se be woke ni wo feel na Kenya ba kwa wo ba hebi fell shi esane wo pay ni wo ba bi ni nyi se nye ni wo actually ye Independence Square ho anya na boni ni bi tele ha e balake esane wo twalo ko machine ni wo se ke ba ke wo ba fe no kono ke wo gadangwe bi e wo ye heko wo ke wo ba twa shia wo ni wachole Garangme Cultural and Resource Complex wabamashi ni neke ni nen wabama wamale on between 4 and 6 acres ni wo Deba grounds bahimi wo conference center bahimi events centers tomoneke ekubahimi wo meeting rooms bahimi offices bahimi akbene hu e woke printing press ba womi ona feni ga kedang me wojini laje fe wonye wo printer me ekon Keke wo jejeme wo ba gbele library mi no. Bona fe ni wo populate library ke wo wojin ke wo historical artifacts ke museum ni wo hini bi ba ko te mi ni ka ba de satamo ake meneme na meji ame akadi wa ke gadan we bi jiwo. Wo ke so mo bibio ni blofo chole chapel ba wo mi. Wo ke mosque bibio ba wo mi agbene ke wo ba wo wulo me wo ba fe kukruwa ko ha me bona fe ni ke ba kusum mo amebanya metaje na memeko dana chale e wondo heni chumo ni mwene woba wochone wo Kenya keshi ni wo ke wo bai isani wono ya fu emi gbegbele mo kada bamo ina afo bona fe wo ke ni fe mo achuni so for ke let's act no more talking time to act e wo ke ni fe mo ba achuni ni wonye wo fe wo ke wo kenke wo be wo fen wo yo tunemi Jamie Jeniam Jebra Henry J Sister Evelyn J Mr Loco Jenny Yate ke wo chi fen wo ke tuni chumo je wo shi wo fen wo yo tunemi wo nini e wo makpanye fai ninye wawo ninye piawo nini chumo ne ayo manye wo be ke wo ba bendo Ketono say mene wo advertiser ke woni chuma ne ko ba fe awards wo fita share balake ni wo ba share ni bi ko me wo to bi ake wo ba chi wo to fio ni wo ba announce de ni wo ba no wa fe awards e den che ojuba wo ba fe lo ojuba e woni keke a wo kanya na ke awards e ya no shi wo ba announce ni wo chenye ojuba ni nyeba nyaba kwa meni gadangwe bini Nigeria ni kachono se agbene ke wo announce ake won ba obafia wo se wo ba qualify nye fia nomination so ya nye send a me biographies ameni chumona mechu amemfonim ke ni binye how ona fe ni wonye wo ya me committee na sete e shabi ni wo kwa meni sa na ke awards aha e wonye twano manjaba
Family na machele kadangwe homecoming no chumo ke shwe kra wa photographer second
Rachel na Akle Alabi ya twali nyale na mu ebo modern juba
Atwa Sarafina hale kwa twa ko ba ni ba ni ni ma yi
e mo ni no ko Oniku Harry
the great MC Oniku Harry e kale wa ni ale ye echo independent square fair bushi adobu oyiwa ni wajo
Abraham Bote Angenu
Abraham Bote Ishafu tuwele kwa keba chele Yetu adi wanyele Ke uchuni njumba Una ijiemu Lisa
Kemonu yeno na Momo Akle Adoko
Na Momo Akle Adoko Eji ibebie Mukubanyi ba numumine heale Mukuba numumine heale Mube wabacha
Get Pastor Samuel Williams Comey
Mukumba Wamanyede chebae ha na Akle
Pastor Samuel Williams Comey
Denche Ewako Kajebeni Ajeni Chumone Chawe, Eugene Chawe, yo abando momini ahia Eugene Chawe, you try the one and you
Abraham ni ayite ama.
Abraham ni ayite aba. You mean where there? Yeah. You try the one. Azuma. Get try the nyale. And you come around that challenge, may you know ya. Zoom star. And they can't get zoom and you zoom menu. Zoom star, the Paco Azuma.
Daniel Ama.
Daniel Ama Ipemoyo. Daniel Ama. Manya no mumine heale. Yo. Abada mumine heale. You try the nyanya Daniel Ama.
Asafwanye Kaneshi Salome Tebo.
Asafwanye Kaneshi Salome Tebo. Asafwanye there. No, what beautiful in there, my hair. You try the yale. Right here, we'll get them here, yum to bar. Babu kadang menyokong wasono afi di baba
ke Ronnie Botry niyo from
Ronnie Botry from City Ronnie Botry from City abahe ahale abahe anyami yoe yo, beaucoup de